and believe and trust in each other. And as you can see, these wins that we've been having have been great team efforts. And, there's been a lot of contributions from, everybody, on the roster, really. So props to the guys, and, just took believing and trusting each other.
Jesse Sawa, please go ahead.
Yeah, Ethan, certainly you guys have shown to be a resilient team at other points of the season, but this was, so much bigger than that. With Oklahoma State, coming hard there in that second half, what was it that allowed you guys to finish this one off?
Kind of just the same thing that's been getting us through, all these past few games, just leaning on each other. Again, believing in ourselves, and, we believe that we're capable of doing great things, and whether that be getting a much-needed stop on defense, breaking the press, taking care of the ball, just take it step by step, and, if we take all the right steps, we're going to lead to wins.
We'll go to Nick Krupke next. Nick, please go ahead.
Ethan, you've been around. You've seen a lot of these Beaver games, man. You know how pumped Beaver Nation is. It's been such a long time. You weren't even alive back in the early 80s, man. The significance of this for you guys as a team, but really to the whole group of Beaver Nation that's really in need of an uplift right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. We love Beaver Nation. It's been tough not having them in Gill Coliseum this year, but we know they love and support us no matter what we're going through in the world as a team. And I'm glad that we're able to share in this success together.
We have a follow-up from Nick Dashel. Nick, please go ahead.
Ethan, in the first half, you got in foul trouble, and you sat. I think you sat on the bench for about 10 minutes. What were you seeing out there from like Maurice, Kalu, and other guys that were coming off the bench, and you guys just seem to never run out of guys that can give you a lift when you need it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Maurice was hitting a lot of big shots. He kind of got the ball rolling for us offensively. We kind of got off to a bit of a slow start offensively, and then guys like Julian, Gianni were giving us a push on the defensive end as well as making plays offensively. And then Tariq was hitting some big shots early in the second half, as well as the first half. So that's something that we've been talking about, and we kind of put it on to show tonight our depth as a team. And it's always next man up. If somebody goes down, no matter who it is, we trust and believe again that the next person is going to have our back.
Rogerson, please go ahead.
Ethan, if you look back to the beginning of this season, you guys lost to Wyoming, you had that loss to Portland State. What would you tell yourself if you knew you were going to Sweet 16? What do you think at that moment this team would say?
I would probably just say, just stay positive. And we did that. We did stay positive. We knew that it was in us, this success. We pictured it from the beginning. But being able to believe again and just, take it day by day, staying positive every day, even with the tough losses early. And honestly, I'll take the tough losses early because I think that it taught us a lot of lessons on how to close out games, and, we're closing out games at the right time.
A follow-up from Jesse Sawa. Jesse, please go ahead.
Yeah, Ethan, certainly you guys defensively have been on a good run here down the stretch, but these two tournament games in particular, you've really kind of clamped down. What's kind of been the key to success these last couple of games on defense?
I don't want to go too much into the strategy, but I'm gonna say, just having each other's back out there, and helping each other, being in gaps, and ultimately, finishing a possession, whether it be with a steal or a rebound, but focusing on those two things.
We'll go to Carter Bonds next. Carter, please go ahead.
Yeah, Ethan, you hit some clutch buckets down the stretch and really cashed in from the free throw line too. Mm-hmm. Were you just kind of in one of those rhythms where you felt like everything you put up was going to go in?
Definitely. I was playing pretty confidently, and that's what happens when you see the ball go through the basket a couple of times. And, I was kind of put in situations where, I had to put the ball up and, just all the time in the gym, the trust in my teammates, I'm comfortable shooting shots like that. So, yeah.
We'll go to Orlando Sanchez next. Orlando, please go ahead.
Ethan, what does it mean to you to still have basketball to play, to advance to the Sweet 16, to make history with this team? What does it mean to you?
It means everything. I'm extremely blessed. All glory to God for our team and as well as myself, Zach Greiko, our last years as seniors on the team, to be able to, continue our season as far as we can. And, I'm grateful for it. And, I just got a feeling that I don't want to stop. So, yeah.
Go to Zach Braziller next. Zach, please go ahead.
Zach Brazil, New York Post. Ethan, you guys are 10 days ago. You're in the Pac-12 tournament. You're down 16 in the first half, and now here you are. Less than 2 weeks later in the Sweet 16. Do you have to kind of pinch yourself at what's happened?
A little bit of yes and a little bit of no. Kind of, as I was saying earlier, this team has some big goals going into the season. And, one of them was winning a Pac-12 tournament championship, a Pac-12 regular season championship as well, of course. But we didn't do that. So we got the tournament championship, and, ultimate goal is to win the NCAA championship.
We'll go to Brendan Slaughter next. Brandon, please go ahead.
Hey, Ethan, just talk about the total defensive effort required against Cade Cunningham tonight, and just from top to bottom, a team effort, and then just talk about him himself.
Oh, yeah, no, he's a very talented player. I think our coaches had a pretty good scouting report on him. But, yeah, he's a very talented player. You can't guard him really one-on-one, but, as a team. And I think we did a pretty good job of that, just knowing where he is on the floor.
Julian Minson, please go ahead.
Ethan, congratulations. Have you been able to check your phone and talk to Stevie at all, and also conversations with your dad? What does this mean to your family, knowing that you've all, spent your time here at Oregon State?
Yeah, no, it means a lot, growing up, in a basketball family, we had a lot of prayers, a lot of dreams, and a lot of them are coming true in these last couple of weeks. Just being able to share this moment with my dad on the sideline is amazing. I don't think it is really hit yet. Probably in a couple months maybe. But we're not trying to look too far down the road. We're trying to enjoy the moment, and we're doing that so far. And as for Steven, I don't know what time it is where he's at right now, but he's for sure getting a FaceTime call.
Nick Dashel, please go ahead.
Ethan, I think this is the start of spring break at Oregon State, isn't it, this week?
Yeah.
You're spending your entire week in Indianapolis. Can you think of a better place to be?
No, I can't. I'm very fortunate to be here. Our team is, extremely blessed, and, we just want to keep playing, and the games are happening out here, so hopefully we stay out here.
We have time for one last quick one. Carter Hill, please go ahead.
Yeah, Ethan, Carter Hill with Fifth Quarter. Congratulations on the win. Kind of following up on that last one, what is your focus now this week? Keeping yourself from getting distracted and getting ready now for the task at hand with Loyola Chicago.
Just kind of just having fun, enjoying the moment with my teammates. The time we get to spend together, whether it be the hour we get outside, on practice, at meals and stuff like that, but. Just spending time in the moment and not trying to think about other things outside of, where we are, but just staying locked in, and, pretty soon we're going to have to turn around and, prepare for Loyola Chicago. So, yeah.
Thank you, Ethan. Congrats on the win. We'll see you in the Sweet 16.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. We'll be joined momentarily by Coach Tinkle. We are joined by Coach Tinkle. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, then we'll go to questions. Again, for the media, if you have a question, please use the raise hand function in your dashboard, and we'll get to as many questions as we can in the time that we have. Coach, if you get started with an opening statement, then we'll go to questions.
Just super proud of the group, man. I mean, this is an unbelievable ride we're on. So much went against us tonight, and let me just congratulate Mike and their team. He's a class act, a hell of a coach. Man, just what they've been through and how he's kept them together. I just hope we don't face them again because he's got a bright future. But proud of our guys. We squandered it away. We panicked a couple of times, but man, we didn't ever back down. And different guys stepped up, from Maurice, Kalu, De'Aaron Tucker for a little bit, all the way down the line. Tariq Silver, Julian Franklin made a huge hustle play, and then Gianni Hunt before he got hurt. That hurt us in the second half with their pressure, and then the starters just our guys were dominant in the paint on the glass. I never would have thought if we turned it over 20 times we'd have a chance, but it's just a credit to the heart and the buy-in and the poise that we showed down the stretch.
We'll go to questions from the media, and we'll start with Nick Dashel. Nick, please go ahead.
Wayne, you just seem to have no fear when it comes to going to your bench, and you did it again tonight. Just Kalu and Silver and Tucker. How are you so confident in all these guys, just knowing that they're gonna do something coming off the bench?
It's how we kind of try to build our deal, man. And we talk about guys staying positive, staying ready, because you never know when you're going to get called upon. And our guys have kept great attitudes. There's been moments where we had to peel a little paint in the locker room to get them going and get them back on page. But we just, sometimes it's a look in the eye. I mean, we've always gone with a little different rotation at the center spot. I mean, it's silly. I remember when we got De'Aaron Tucker, I said, if that guy commits to the weight room, he's going to have the kind of body you see on players in the Oklahoma State program and in their conference. I said that, and he's worked hard. And so we just we went with him. He was big in the first half. Roman and Maurice on the glass, Jared and Ethan on the glass. But it's a credit to them. It's a credit to their character. That's what we build our program on. And so it's no surprise that they stepped up when we needed them most.
We'll go to Jesse Sawa next. Jesse, go ahead.
Hey, Wayne. Your group has certainly been resilient this year with everything that's been thrown at you. But, this moment was so much bigger than anything else to this point. I mean, with Oklahoma State kind of coming hard at you there, how did your group get through this one?
We just stayed together. I mean, we had some uncharacteristic turnovers, by young and old, and they're really good. They're really long. They play their tails off, but we didn't panic. We just didn't panic. We told them to hang in there. When we used a timeout there late, we just said, hey, they're a hell of a team. That's their run. Now let's close it out. And we said that at shoot around. We said, listen, guys, they're very talented. Cade Cunningham's a heck of a player, obviously, and he's not the only one on their squad. We said they're going to make plays. They're probably going to get some breakaways off of some turnovers, bang some threes, but just remember what we've faced all year long and how we keep coming back from adversity. It's what people. I said, why aren't you so more excited and this and that? And it's just they've instilled confidence in us, and that's what you want. A lot of times you hear, well, coach, doesn't have confidence in me, or he's taken my confidence. Well, you need to give coach confidence, and our guys are buying into that. So I couldn't be more excited for them, but not surprised just because of the run we've been on, and I tell you why. It's because what we face in our conference. It's what we face in our conference. I mean, we were concerned about Tennessee's defense, and we said, yep. And the coaches did a great job with their scouting report. Okay, this guy's like Chris Duarte. This guy defends like Parquet. This guy's like McKinley. This guy's like, Cody Riley. I mean, we've got some talented teams in our league, and we're obviously putting everybody on notice. I'm very happy for our program, but I'm extremely happy for the Pac-12 conference. Maybe now we'll get some damn respect.
Go to AJ McCord next. AJ?
So, Coach, you said it right there. Maybe now you'll get some damn respect. What do you feel like you faced as sort of a Cinderella, if you will? I mean, do you feel like that's how you guys have been labeled this NCAA tournament?
I could care less. Yeah, no, I could care less. I was saving this one, and I forgot to use it. But I said, hey, we may be on Eastern time, but clock hasn't hit midnight back in Corvallis, and I forgot to throw that one at the guys. But call us whatever you want. Believe me, I've been called all sorts of stuff. I could care less. We're moving on to the Sweet 16.
Nick Krupke, please go ahead.
Wayne, it's a great day to be a Beaver between yourself and what Scott's women did again. And it's you guys have been building this way, and that's the mentality is we're playing to win.
No, for sure. It's how we've built our programs. Obviously the success we had at Montana, we've had some pitfalls, but we've done incredible things at Oregon State. And, it's great to work with, you brought up the women's program. Scott and his gals have just done an incredible job. It's been neat to, kind of watch and exchange ideas. And the thing that makes me most proud is doing it the right way. And his program's the same. Don't cut corners. You just outwork people, and it's a great day for Beaver Nation, that's for sure.
Julian Minninson, please go ahead.
Wayne, you mentioned before about how you wish you could have done something like this with Trace, but I know your whole family's with you every step of the way. Given what this program means to you, given the courtside seats that they have at Gill Coliseum, what does this moment mean for you and your family?
Well, I try to think of others first, and I talked the other night just about the calm and the poise and patience. We've been praying for. My sister Mary reminded me, don't ever forget to give glory to God, and it's unbelievable. My wife said, "Gosh, are you taking medication?" It's not the case. Just we're at peace, and it's an incredible deal to share with my family. And what was great is after the way. Well, first of all, Trace wore a T-shirt our first game, and it was a picture of Jared Lucas shooting a jumper. Some folks thought it was a picture of himself, which he would never do. And then after the game the other night, he asked Ryan Lawrence, our equipment manager, if he could have a Roman Silva jersey. He wore a Zach Reichel jersey for a while, and he's fired up. But you know what? It was too bad he missed out his freshman year with the late injury. It was too bad it was swept away last year because we felt like we were about to make the same kind of run, but he's knee deep in it with us, and so is my wife and daughters, and they're passionate, they're loyal, and I just wish I could share it with them. We walked through Victory Field the other day, and stood about 12 feet apart just to visit. They were outside the fence, but we'll find time, and I'm so appreciative for them. The family I grew up with, the family that I now have as an adult, all of us. This is hopefully doesn't get me too emotional. It's a hell of a win by Loyola today, and as I was saying my prayer as I do before I take a nap, I just said this would be unbelievable. I grew up in Chicago, was born in Milwaukee. My dad was dean of men at Marquette, and then when I was a year old, we moved to Chicago. He was vice president, dean of students at Loyola. I grew up on their campus. He had two offices, one on the North Shore, one downtown at the Water Tower Place. Some of my most fond memories were in the summer going to his office, the Water Tower Place, and he would have to do some work, and he'd have people just kind of keep me out of trouble. I'd go up to the little gym, shoot some hoops, And then we'd go to the Cubs games, you know, in the afternoon. And I remember stories about George Harlan. You know, I remember going to see him play when I was like 5 or 6 years old. And Coach Moser's done a hell of a job. They're a great team. But this is really going to mean something extra special for me and my family.
Nick Daschel next. Nick, please go ahead.
Wayne, with Maurice Kalu, he was clearly fired up out there to play against Oklahoma State. Did you sense he was because when he went out there, he was on a mission.
It's the earliest, yeah, he's entered a game in a while, and he was unbelievable. And we've given him credit in the past for you know what he's been through. You know, he started early, he went through some rough times, but he kept his nose to the grindstone. He kept coming back, you know, for more work. And we were, yeah, we thought, you know, yeah, it could go one way or another. You know, obviously he started there, but because of his positivity and his work ethic, we knew he was going to have a positive impact. We had to calm him down a couple of times, but man, his energy and what he provided for us, not just his points, but ball security and defense. I'm really proud of him. Really super proud of him for we say it all the time, just stick with it. Might not go your way for a while. Hang in there, keep fighting. That's the answer. You just keep battling, you stay together, trust in the process. I got to shout at a couple of the parents on the way off the court. Just, you know, in these times, sometimes, you know, that doubt can come into your program, and the families and the parents of these kids have been just remarkable this year. You know, they never stopped believing, even with some of the early struggles, because they trusted our program. They trusted their kids because of the jobs they've done to raise them, and this is for all of them. It's going to be pretty neat to share it with them.
Sneak in one last one. Josh Newman, please go ahead.
Wayne, you mentioned the Pac-12 as a whole before not getting enough respect. Are you able to maybe pinpoint why the league doesn't get the respect of, you know, the Big Ten, the Big 12, et cetera?
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's years in the past where it was just, but you look at what's been built. You know, last year it was looking like we could have as many as 7 or possibly 8. You know, and it was tough without the preseason slate for us to earn that early this year. You know, and let's face it, I know a lot of the people that watch games are in bed when we play out there, but we have really come together as a group of coaches these last couple of years because we are tired of it. And I mean, I would have never guessed, you know, getting texts from multiple coaches, you know, after we won the tournament, and then the Pac-12 tournament, and then the support after the win the other night. But it goes way before that. Just we need to stick up for each other. We need to go to bat for each other. Yeah, we want to kick each other's ass when we go head to head, but let's pull for each other. And we've really united as a coaching group. And I couldn't be more excited. I'm going to be rooting my butt off tomorrow for those teams.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate the time.
All right.
Congrats on the win. See you in Sweet 16.
Get some sleep. Pour a glass of vino. Go Beavs.
Thank you, Coach. And that concludes the Oregon State News Conference. A transcript of Coach's interview will be provided by ASAP Sports at ncaa.com/transcripts. You can also find a recording of this press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at ncaa.veritone.com. Again, ncaa.veritone.com. Thank you.